I've known Violetta DuPont for quite some time, several years. First, I was introduced to her and opera florham when I was working as a music critic. I was writing for several local papers, and then eventually was writing for Classical New Jersey. And I was always impressed with so many aspects of opera florham production, and some of actually what they did. I've tried to take into my own work with the opera companies that I've conducted in doing the standard, the great operas, the Carmens, the Bohemes, the Traviatas, and the Trovatores. But what also impressed me was opera florham's willingness to take a risk, to do the operas that nobody else was doing. In fact, I remember opera florham did Dvorak's Rusalka at a time when most people didn't even realize Dvorak had written an opera, let alone such a magnificent opera. I remember the first time, one of the first operas I saw was a Spanish opera by a composer who, I apologize, I've had a little too much wine and champagne, I can't remember his name, but it was a very rare and obscure opera, and it was meaningful to me in many ways because I got a chance to see this wonderful work, and I also got a chance to review it for major publications, in that being Opera News. And I also was impressed with the cabarets, and I was impressed with the things they did to help the audience understand the libretto, the young artists, the wonderful singers that came through opera florham, the events that I saw. I think the first time I was ever in Venzel Hall was for an opera florham event. And many more things that I just, I don't, it'd be too many, I can't remember them all. But I was always impressed with the quality, the dedication, the commitment, and I was fortunate and considered myself very lucky one year to serve as a judge on what has become the most important vocal competition, certainly in New Jersey, if not one of the most important vocal competitions for opera singers in the world, the Violetta DuPont vocal competition. So when Mike and I talked about it, I realized that at our first gala event, notice I said this is our first gala event. I'm not sure the board likes thinking of it as the first, because it was so much work, but